Good morning, everybody. I'm Stephen Kalajian, and welcome to a live webinar here. I am the founder of SKTrading.live. Welcome, everybody. It gives me great joy to be here today to be in front of each and every one of you live. So, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody here is as energetic as I am because I love what I do each and every day. Before I start, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background about myself. I am been in the industry now for over 41 years. This August 1st of this year, I'll have 42 years of experience under my belt. I've worked on four major exchanges. I started on the American Stock Exchange, was a member of the New York Stock Exchange. That's right, one of those crazy guys that run around and execute orders on the trading floor. I then went to the COMEX, which is the gold exchange, gold, silver. And then I went over to into Chicago to the Chicago Board of Trade, where the 30-year bond futures. So I pretty much worked on four different exchanges in my lifetime. Went upstairs to start prop trading, when really prop trading was really something that was really done by institutions and really not done by family offices. So I worked with a small family office, and actually really he was the pioneer in structuring prop firms for small family offices back in the early 90s. Had an impeccable track record, traded nearly 2 billion shares in my life, worked with some of the best hedge fund managers in the world, worked for prop firms, worked for family offices, and now I have a live community here each and every day at SKTrading.live. At this stage of my life, I'm 62 years old. I feel great. The good Lord has blessed me. But more importantly, I love what I do each and every day here to empower each and every one of you to learn my methodologies. I spent nearly 10 years of my life building the chart overlay, the system that I built to be able to identify trends in the market, various different conditions in the market, and obviously learn the strategies that I teach, which are all based upon divergent strategies. Before I start, I just want to clarify one thing. I know a video of mine went viral, but I want to just clarify why I have all these screens here. The question is, does everybody need to have all these screens? The answer is no. Okay, I've been given a gift. I love what I do here. I'm able to see the world here. I'm able to look at various different stocks, index futures, commodity futures, ETFs, Bitcoin, and basically what I do here is disseminate the knowledge, what's right in front of me, to various different hedge funds, family offices, uh, prop firms, and of course to my overall community. I'm able to see things. I don't have to sit in one screen and tab over and just keep flickering. I see things dynamically. Patterns repeat themselves. I see when they set up, and I'm able to disseminate the information to the various different groups and of course to my trading community. And I'm teaching these patterns dynamically, guiding them and educating the people in my community on the software. And I will tell you, my electric bill is included in my rent. Just a little joke there, because people are saying that my electric bill must be through the roof and I'm going to get radiation poisoning. But with that being said, this is my world. I love it. And no, you don't need to have all these screens. Basically, if you have 2 or 4 screens, that's great. But there's about 1 million people in the world that can actually sit in front of a computer each and every day that can actually trade. So hopefully within the next 6 months, I'm hoping by the end of the year, I will have all my strategies automated and then being able to populate to the various different, to my community as well, and be able to share the strategies along where you can actually get the alerts throughout the day dynamically. So if you're a doctor, you're in school, you're, whatever, you'll be able to get these alerts as well. So this gives me a lot of joy here. There's nothing better than at this stage of my life to give back, to be able to really help people, to empower them. I really got involved in this because, number one, I've been very fortunate in my life to be in an industry that I really love. Each and every day I wake up and I just can't wait to go through that door every single day. So that's a really great joy for me, to be able to challenge myself each and every day, to be able to meet so many new people from around the world, and then to be able to help them and see what they're struggling with. And I try to guide them and help them and put them on the right path. Whether you're trading options, stocks, Forex, futures, commodity futures, stocks, ETF, it doesn't make a difference. I've had so many people recently just want to learn how to trade futures, and I'm teaching them and guiding them on everything I know about futures trading. You know, like I said, I spent nearly 10 years of my life building this. I was determined. I thought it was going to take me 1 year. It took me about another 9 more. Okay, and for me, it gives me such a resounding feeling of joy when I see people at the end of the day texting me and seeing the progress that they're making. I talk to people like I know them for 30 years, right? I make myself available. I know it's hard at times, but I do return and talk to as many people that I can. I do not DM anybody, so please, if you're getting a DM from me, that is not what I do. I talk to people via my phone, my personal cell phone, and then what I'm able to do is just talk to you, get a good understanding of what you're doing. You know, like I said, I wanted to get into this because for the 41 years in this industry, I've seen a lot. And I was an advocate of certain things, and then I heard so many times, well, no one can time the market, and no one can, day trading is the hardest thing in the world, and most day traders fail. Well, that's true because most people who do this don't know what they're doing, right? You're gambling, in my point of view. You're trading options, you're trading futures, you're trading stocks, you just don't really know what you're doing, right? And that's why people are searching for different mentors around the world, and this is why I wanted to get into this, because I want to be able to empower you, because my legacy truly depends on your success. I'm old school, as you can see from my beliefs and from the amount of years I've been in the industry. I've seen it all. Starting in 1980, August 1st of 1983. So, I really have seen a lot. I've seen a lot of evolution in the industry. And as my friend said to me, you have to be a chameleon. You have to always be willing to change. And I was always tried to be always in the forefront of any innovations I saw coming along the way. I did some really great products along the way, with a dynamic P&L system, dynamic alerts throughout the years, way before they even came out. But I always believe to always look forward and be able to put my mind to achieving what I wanted in this industry. I love it. Every single day is a different day. Every single day you get to challenge yourself, like I said. And more importantly, what's really great is that mentoring people from all around the world, whether you're 18 or 65, it doesn't make a difference to me. I talk to you like I know you, like I said, for 30 years. And I talk to the same people who are managers, hedge fund managers, prop traders, the same way as if I would talk to you. Let me just tell you, this is not something you're going to learn in 1 or 2 days. I'll tell you that right outright. This is going to take time. There's a process I have. But if you give me the time and you allow yourself to have an open mind and learn, and let's correct the mistakes from the past, but more importantly, open your mind to be able to really understand the methodology that I have here. It is important that you really can't fool yourself. You have to actually look in the mirror and say to yourself, how much time do you really want to apply? How much do you really want to learn this? If you put the time in, someone asked me last night, I'm committed for 12 hours a day. I said, great, you have the time to do that. I think probably within 10 to 15 business days, you could probably be more than halfway to getting to really truly understand. I make it very elementary. So my research has shown me that there are 5 conditions in the market. And these 5 conditions in the market, based upon my indicator 4, using the 15 to 30 and the 60-minute time frame for intraday trading, is a trend, a buy reversal, a sell reversal, a correlation, and a disconnect. So you have 5 conditions in the market, which I teach, and each condition has 2 strategies, a buy and a sell divergence. So basically, all my strategies are divergence strategies, and let me tell you, if you can master divergences, you have mastered the art of trading. And I've taught this to some of the best in the world. Before I even get into that, there's a foundation. And I have 5 keywords that I use in the game of baseball because I love the game of baseball so much that I took these 5 words when I started getting into the world of trading. Consistency, number 1, hands down. Absolutely hands down. To me, without consistency, whether it's in trading or in life in itself, you're subject to fail, right? That's how I look at life. So consistency is my number 1 word. Discipline, without a doubt. You have to have discipline, and discipline has many different definitions in the world of trading. Honoring stops, hitting your goals, stopping, many other forms of discipline. Your mindset, your work ethic, and so it goes on, and there's a playbook for all these 5 words. So consistency, number 1. Discipline, number 2. Confidence. Well, confidence is the ability to really know the strategies, but more so learning from a mentor who I'm streaming every day from 9 to 4, but also having the understanding of what you're seeing in front of you. I say to everybody in my community, we're doctors. We're no different than a doctor. A doctor looks at an MRI, a CAT scan, an X-ray, and he can determine right there, what the condition is on the patient, right? We're looking at a chart, we're looking at conditions, and we're making a determination based upon the strategy. The next word is patience. Patience to learn. Take your time. Rome wasn't built in a day, as my father would say. This takes time. Learn, right? But more importantly, I want you to understand truly that what's important is the understanding. Let me just do this. What's really important is that patience comes in a form of waiting for the right setup, waiting and taking the time to learn. Be proactive, being able to ask questions, being able to learn, absorb, and then go forward from there. And every day you want to see improvements along the way. And the 5th word is passion. Like I probably have more passion now at this stage of my life than I did when I first started, believe it or not. This gives me such great joy to be here today, to speak to so many people from around the world. This morning, I'm getting texts from England, from Switzerland, from Germany, from people all around the world here in the United States. And it just gives me such great joy and to communicate with people and to try to empower them and assist them and guide them and educate them in the right way. All right. I want to tell you that a lot of people say to me all the time, Steve, I love your layout. I see it. Indicators lag, and 100% indicators lag. Price leads, indicators lag. I've been doing this a long time. I recognize that. However, right, what's important is the way I have everything lined up. Once the price leads and the indicators set like in cement and paint a picture, I'm then able to identify the patterns. All right. A couple of days ago, we got a big buy reversal on the IWMs on the 60-minute time frame, along with the spiders and the Qs, the QQQs, the underlying ETFs. We bought some pullbacks on the 15 when they got deeply oversold, and then we bought the pullback on the 30, and then boom, S&P futures ran about 70, and then these patterns, as I say and I explain to people, based upon my research, these patterns repeat themselves each and every day. Okay, let me just see something. Okay, so my methodology is very simple. My methodology is based upon using 3 time frames, whether you're intraday trading, intermediate term trading, and long-term trading. If you're intraday trading, I'm using the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute time frame with the smaller time frames of 3, 5, and 15. My research has shown me that you'll get anywhere between 4 to 6 great trades intraday on a 5-minute time frame. When I say a trade, I'm talking pretty nice moves on that time frame. 2 to 4 on the 15 and 1 to 2 on the 30-minute time frame. If you want an intermediate term trade, If you don't have time to sit in front of the screens using my software, the research I have has shown that you could use the 60-minute combined with the daily and the weekly. And if you want more long-term trading, you could use the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So everything I do is based upon combination methodology and sequences of the patterns as they align. So, for example, we got buy reversals a couple days ago and a lot of different names off the bigger time frames, the 60-minute time frames. The sequence goes as follows: look for the first pullback on the 5-minute, maybe another pullback on the 5, a pullback on the 15-minute time frame, and then the 30-minute, and then the 60-minute. Yesterday, Netflix gapped up, had some bullish remarks about the net worth of the company. Waited patiently, caught a really nice pullback, probably around the 11:30 time period, below 978. Netflix ran about $12 off that pullback on the 15. The second pullback, based upon the condition, nice little run, ran about 7 or 8. But I knew based upon the condition it wasn't going to make a new high. I teach these strategies throughout the day. And whether you're trading gold here, which is up about 80 points here today, but more importantly, it doesn't make a difference. The way I have my methodology and the way I teach people all around the world is based upon these 5 conditions: a trend, a buy reversal, a sell reversal, a correlation, and a disconnect. 5 conditions, 10 strategies, that's it. I'm not asking anyone to remember 300 different types of combinations, no. I'm not asking anyone to remember 1,000 different types of strategies, absolutely not. It is really predicated on the 5 conditions and 10 strategies. Now, there's part B to this, which is my chart overlay and understanding my chart overlay. So basically what I do throughout the day is I teach my 4 indicators and how I look at them, and how the majority of the time I use indicators 1, 3, and 4 85% of the time, and indicators 1, 2, 3, 4 15% of the time. I look at what I call the numbers to the right, which are really super important because my right eye never moves off the current bar. The next step in the playbook is to learn my terminology. A lot of people, it's new to them. A lot of phrases and terms they've never heard before. So this to me here is very important. This is a step. This is like leaning a ladder against a house and taking one step, one step, one step, one step until you get to the point that you need to be, right? The 4th most important aspect of my playbook is to learn the strategies. I actually have people in my member Discord who actually are calling out the patterns even as they're happening because they have the chart overlay in front of them, and they're saying, hey, look, Microsoft just reversed to buy. Boom. We're going to look to buy the next pullback. We're going to look to do this. Yesterday, there were monster sell divergences in Meta, and every bounce on the 5-minute time frame. When I say a bounce, a rally, due to the overbought condition, the 4 or 5 times Meta was a very big short. Okay? Yesterday we had some big sell divergences in Microsoft. Phenomenal divergences off the 30 and the 60-minute time frame based upon the condition of disconnect. And we basically had some really great shorts in Microsoft. So with that being said, I'm showing how these patterns repeat themselves throughout the day. It's pure mathematics. It's nothing to be scared about or fearful about. It's based upon condition. It's all color-coded. You see it, you're able to react based upon the condition. And I'm here, and I'm guiding you. I look at the same names every single day because these are the big names here. The Apples, the Microsofts, the Amazons, AMD, Palantir, Meta, NVIDIA, Avago, S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, the 4 ETFs, the Diamonds, the Spiders, the Qs, the Russell, Gold, the GLDs, Coinbase, MSTR, Eli Lilly, INOQ, Tesla, SMCI, Microsoft, like I said, and and I also look at the SQQQs, which is the inverse of the Pro Ultra Shorts for the underlying ETFs. My research has shown that basically, and I told this to some of the biggest hedge fund managers in the world, that if you want to be able to trade the index futures during the U.S. session, it is very, very important to look at the underlying ETFs. Um, in baseball and research, you could trade the index futures or commodity futures during the Tokyo session and the European session. This morning, I woke up to a text from a gentleman in Switzerland who's using my software. He made over $1,700. He's been with me for about a little over a month, I believe. And he knew the sell divergence pattern. And he took the short in gold and he made over $1,700 in gold. And I was just elated. While I'm sleeping, and I do get up early at 4 a.m., and I looked at my phone and there it was that he caught the sell divergence. So I'm very proud of people, because when you apply yourself and when you want to learn and you put your mind to it, this is something I truly believe you can achieve. And it gives me great joy that this person from another part of the world, in another country, was able to learn from me to be able to better his life. And that's all I really care about. I really care about. I give it my all. Sometimes I'm here from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock at night. I know that may sound crazy, but I love what I do. I do have a life. I do have 2 beautiful children, a great dog, and I live a very simple life. I love it here in Jupiter, Florida. I wake up, I'm about 7 miles from the beach. I watch some mornings, I watch the sunrise. I love it. I love the air of the ocean. I see the ocean. I look at a palm tree. I'm the happiest guy in the world. And most of all, it gives me great joy to be here each and every day to be able to empower you. Like I said earlier, my legacy depends on your success. Again, I have over 41 years of experience, and for me, there's nothing. The good Lord gave me a gift, and I'm in the process of now about to start my own family office, and I'm really excited about that. So, again, for me, it just, no question is ever stupid. I ask people all the time to be very proactive and for people to be able to communicate. I'm not a mind reader. I always ask people, please be proactive, okay? Okay. All right. If you want to join my live community, you go to my website, sktrading.live. I do have a podcast each and every day on my YouTube, SK Trading YouTube, The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please watch that. It's about 30 minutes. I have 3 segments. I go over the ideas and the trade ideas of the day. I go over what I expect for the following day. And I do then go into anywhere from a 4 to a 10-minute story that I've had from my experience that I need to share with each and every one of you. So again, sktrading.live is my website. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to have you be part of my community, but also it's important to look at my podcast, The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please go to the video section. I know it's on Apple and other places, the audio, but I do a lot of chart examples, so it's important that you go to my YouTube and be able to watch the video there on SK Trading YouTube. Please leave a comment, please subscribe, and please, like I said, it gives me a lot of great joy to be able to talk to you, empower you, leave a comment. I always answer every comment the most I can do each and every night when I'm here. But again, trading is an art. And if you could really understand my methodology, which people are, they get it. Some take a little longer than others. Everybody has a different learning curve, right? When it comes to technology and certain things, I have my daughter help me on certain things, or my son. But again, for me, this is something I love to do, and I really want to be able to help each and every one of you and really put you on the right track to identify these conditions, these patterns, so you could really be consistent each and every day. And that would give me such great joy because for me, listen, when I wake up each and every morning, or I got a text yesterday from a gentleman who did very well in the index futures on the overnight session. I believe he's in Belgium, and it gives me a great joy that he understands the patterns, that he's confident enough to be able to trade these patterns on his own now, because it's my goal is to be able to teach you how to fish, right? Yes, I'm here every day from 9 to 4. I have a member community where the members ask questions throughout the day, and to be able to put each and every one of you on the right track. And that's something I really, really love to really help each and every one of you with. Whether you're trading Forex, it doesn't make a difference. I know there's a lot of Forex traders. Forex trades 24 hours a day as the pretty much the index futures, and also Bitcoin. And just now there was a nice little pullback here on Bitcoin on a buy divergence. I'm staring right at it. Bitcoin just ran about 400 points. So if you're trading the Bitcoin futures and or actual Bitcoin, my software, and I'm actually going to be coming out with a Bitcoin channel and also a Forex channel coming out hopefully in the next couple weeks. But again, right now in my live stream each and every day from 9 to 4 at sktrading.live, I'm more covering index futures, commodity futures, stocks, ETFs, and more or less, and those of you who want to trade options on great patterns, these are patterns that, for example, a couple of days ago yesterday we had a nice long on MSTR, and that ran, I believe it ran about $4 or $5. So a lot of people who can't trade MSTR because of the capital requirements look to trade options, and people have the right to do what they want. So again, this is about understanding the methodology, the patterns, how these patterns repeat themselves based upon the years of my studies and my work putting into this. And again, I hope you come join me each and every day here at sktrading.live. Let's see here. The most common mistake I see with traders, and then by the way, everything I do here is based on technical analysis. There's no fundamental analysis. I'm just trying to answer some of the questions here. So basically, the way my process works is when I walk through this door. Now there's an 8:30 number coming out here, retail sales right now. When I walk through this door each and every day, my mind's completely blank. I don't look at the newspaper. I don't read anything except when I go on my phone. I look at any economic numbers coming out at 8:30, like today. There's retail sales coming out. There's about 7 or 8 big numbers that come out through the month. Or if there's a 10 o'clock number, and then again, I then see if there's any corporate earnings that are going to affect the stock market today. Nvidia's down 7, and that's going to affect the market. S&P is down 40, Nasdaq's down over 250. And then I look at the bigger time frames, the daily, the weeklies. I look at the 15, 30, and 60-minute time frames. So even with this decline right now of 40 points right now, I'm still going to be in buy mode on the 30 and 60-minute time frame on the Qs and on the spiders as well. In order to get big sell reversals, we would need to see the S&P futures around the 53.45 level before we even, let me see, probably on the 60-minute time frame, probably around the 53.10 number. It's 80 points from here, so I don't think that's going to happen just yet. So the mindset that I have each and every day, okay, is to be able to look at my overall. I don't look at one particular sector. I do look at oil, the commodity. I look at the underlying ETF, the USOs. I look at gold. I don't just look at biotech. I don't look at just, I look at the biggest names here, like the ones I mentioned that have the biggest volume, because that to me is where you can get a lot of play and liquidity. Let me see if there's another question here. When I look at a trade, right, and I see a big buy reversal, the first part of the trade is when I start seeing these buy reversals happening on the various different time frames. I'll look to buy the first pullback on the 5-minute, and then I'll wait for the 15-minute time frame to set up. So there's a process and sequence of when the conditions align that I know how to then educate, guide, and teach, and be able to pull the trigger on these type of trades. You have to be patient enough to wait for the setups, and that's exactly what we do here based upon the methodology. When it comes to a common mistake, people think they're bigger than the market, right? People don't use stops, lack of discipline. They average down. We do what's called ranges with a stop, putting a range in to look to buy. I don't do single lot entries. I scale into a position and out of a position. So scaling in and scaling out is a lot different than averaging down. Averaging down has no regard for stops. And I think that is a very, very big problem. I also believe another big problem, a common mistake, is a lot of people want to trade options because they don't have enough money to trade equities. And what they do is they buy out of the money calls, or in the money calls, and they don't understand that buying options and you hold them overnight, the decay on the premium. I've been very fortunate to look the other way on options. My first two trades I ever did were options. I got lucky on the first two, and I then went to shifting my mindset based upon looking at a chart of selling premium. Now it's risky because you could be net short. However, in markets like this, and you have broken stocks, and you have stocks that run up, and you look to sell a couple weeks out, the premium sometimes can get out of line, and you look to take premium selling calls. Risky, I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying that's a strategy I like doing, by selling premium, or as they say, vol. Okay, so I think, again, a lot of people make the mistake of not adhering to stops, think they're bigger than the market, and they're really just guessing. They don't have technology. They don't have a mentor, someone that can learn from, and I think that's exactly why I'm here today. All right. Next question: shares the creation your formula. Can you give it? What the traders? Okay. So as far as I'm trying to understand the question here. Okay, someone's asking about gold. Well, gold right now is if you're long gold at 2,200, 20, but the 2,200 level, you're up 1,000 points in gold. Me personally, if you're up 1,000 points in gold, we had a nice pullback around the 2988 on the daily charts, and it rallied about 300 points off that position. I mean, sooner or later, I think I would take some money off on gold. You're up over 1,000 points here, 1,100 points here. I think I think it's safe to say that you have to know how to take some money off the table, maybe half, lock it in, and if it goes higher to 34, it's getting a little bit overextended right now, but then I would probably look to start exiting some longs and see if we get a nice pullback on the weekly, and look for re-entries on gold. I think we pushed up to over close to 3,000, pulled in around 2,700, 2,800, 2,840, and then it rallied up to over 3,000, and then pulled into 3,100, pulled down to like the 2,988, and then rallied about close to 300 points here. Sooner or later, I think you have to learn to take money off. That's another thing. A lot of people don't know how to take profits. And they just think things are going up forever. So again, I'm more in the camp of taking probably half or 2/3 off, keeping a little bit, and if it pulls in, look for another place to re-enter. That's something that I would probably look to do. Okay. Oh yes, it's very important. Please stay away from any scams. My face has been posted everywhere. Fake Instagrams, people DMing about me and saying it's me. So again, on social media, I have my official, you see the blue check mark, that's me, okay, at X, at Steve Kalajian, on Instagram, at official Stephen Kalajian, on TikTok, at official Stephen Kalajian. I do not DM, please. People are, just in one day, I can't believe how many people have used my face. I have a mustache on one, a beard on another. I mean, come on already, enough. I just want you all, I'm not selling any products to you on DMs or on Bitcoin or anything like that. So please, I'm begging you. This is my website, sktrading.live. And, for me, the most important thing is I just don't want anybody hurt along the way here. So if you have any questions, you can write to support at sktrading.live. If you think someone is DMing you and think it's me, just ask and they'll respond. So I don't want anybody scammed along the way here, okay? And you can visit my my website, sktrading.live, to find our official social media channels. But again, I just don't want anyone scammed here. And in the world that we live in, believe it or not, it happens. I just can't believe on each and every day how my team is catching so much, and people are bringing to my attention. People I know and care say, Steve, I'm getting a message. It's not me, and I warned you. Please, I'm not DMing you directly, so I want you to be all very, very clear on that. Okay. I think there's a couple more questions here. Okay. Again, I think I covered a lot of the questions. They're really coming in here fast and furious. But again, for me, this gives me great joy. I really love doing this. I really want to empower you. I really want to help you correct any mistakes you've made, put you on the right track to be able to learn from me with over 41 years of experience. To me, there's no greater joy in my life than to be here each and every day. I think there's more coming in here. But again, if you have any questions, please come to my website, sktrading.live. If you have any questions, go to support@sktrading.live, and hopefully, if you leave your contact, we can reach out to you. Again, please stay away from any DMs and fake advertisements. It's not me. All right. With that being said, I want to say thank you again. Please go to my podcast, SK Trading, on YouTube, and my podcast is The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. I'm up to episode 44. I started on my birthday, February 10th. I love it. It's about 30 minutes. I really give so much detail of what happened during the day, what I expect the next day, and some great experience of stories that I've had throughout my 41 years. But it's really great, and so many people have subscribed to it. Leave a comment, and really happy to do it each and every day. It gives me a lot of great joy. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me into your home. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Remember, be consistent. No question is ever stupid. And the most important thing is learn. Hit your goals, watch, learn, and listen. And that's all I have to say for today. Have a great day. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.